Welcome to Let's Wine, Stories Uncorked. And I have the distinct privilege of welcoming Martin Boyle. Martin is honoring us with his presence today. He's the CEO of the International Association of Professional Congress Organizers. Did I get it right?
You did. Perfect. Thank you very much. Cheers. As we say in Scotland, slàinte.
Slàinte. Cheers. And as we say in Costa Rica, where we are now, pura vida.
Pura vida. Definitely. Pura vida. Have a sip.
Yeah, of course. After we toast, we always have to have a sip, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, delicious. Thank you.
Wonderful. So, Martin, let's start with a little bit about your career and your trajectory.
My goodness.
Yes, I know. It's been a wonderful career that you've had over many years in the industry, and you're a big advocate for this industry. But if you can share with us a little bit of what that trajectory has been.
I'd be delighted to. It's been a pretty diverse career, and in order for me to get here, and it's sort of happened just coincidentally, not planned. So when I finished university, I was in Canada, and I started a restaurant and a brew pub. And through that, I started doing events with our suppliers. And I really loved that. I loved taking the customers with the suppliers together, having a wonderful experience together. And I loved that probably more than running the restaurant and the business. So I quickly moved into doing sort of corporate hospitality and meetings and events with some clients. And I did that for a few years. And then I relocated to Scotland. And when I came to Scotland, I then set up a business to do the same. And it didn't take me long to get some clients because I was coming with fresh ideas into a marketplace that was maybe a little bit stale. So I was a new competitor. So it was quite exciting for me.
Was it a brewery as well?
No, it was the events side. Events. So I got out of the brewery and the restaurant business. I left that to a good friend of mine who I had the business with. And I focused on the event side of things. So after about a year and a half or 2 years of doing that, there was a great opportunity that came up for me at the Edinburgh International Convention Centre. I was living in Glasgow, but this opportunity came up and I thought, this is amazing. It's opening doors for international business, making new connections, building new relationships. And so I went through a recruitment and I was offered a role there, which was amazing. So I was in the sales department and I got to meet so many different international business people and associations at the same time. One thing led to another, and then I started working for a PCO, a professional conference organizer. And then from that, met more and more associations, met more and more interesting people. And then a new opportunity opened up at the Convention Bureau of Sydney, Australia, Business Events, Sydney. And they were looking for a director to look after the European market for them. And they had an office in Australia House, which is the High Commission in London. And so I had a desk there. So anytime I was in London, I could use that. But I was fortunate enough to be able to work from home and represent Sydney, Australia throughout Europe. And I did that for 6 years and had a wonderful experience under some great leadership there. That opened the door for me to be approached by IAPCO at the time to consider becoming their first ever CEO. They'd never had one before, but they were at a stage where they really needed to build capacity to grow internationally outside of their network that they had. So I jumped at it with both feet, and that was 7 years ago. And we're doing some amazing things across the industry with partners and collaborators like Arnaldo and the team here at FIEXPO. So I'm delighted to be here.
What an amazing journey, Martin. Wow, what an amazing journey from being an entrepreneur to all the way to the C-suite.
Yes.
That's an amazing story.
Thank you.
But tell me, like an honorary Scottish man, right?
Yes.
You love wine, right?
I do enjoy wine, yes. But yes, I enjoy whiskey as well.
What's your favorite go-to wine, Martin?
My favorite is a Sauvignon Blanc. Yes. But I also love big red wines at dinner time. My wife doesn't drink red wine at all. So I love when we're out for dinner and we're with friends or business colleagues and someone else at the table likes a red wine. Right. So I'll have a red wine after dinner as well with them. It's lovely.
That's wonderful. I I'm a big fan of Sauvignon Blanc too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is a delicious one.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a Spanish one. So
Oh, yes. Very nice.
honoring Europe, right?
Yeah. Fantastic.
And
Thank you.
so let's talk about FIEXPO. What are you taking away from FIEXPO, from this 2026 edition of FIEXPO?
It's amazing. Just walking through the exhibition hall today, it's vibrant. It's alive. It's a true indication of what we're seeing in the marketplace here in Latin America and the Caribbean region. There's a real positive energy, and there seems to be a lot of business happening as well, which is really amazing. I arrived on Saturday afternoon, so I had to do a little bit of work on Saturday night, but took part in the politicians forum yesterday, of course, which was phenomenal.
Yes.
And amazing to see so many politicians and policymakers sitting around the same table, having really intense but appropriate and relevant conversations, sharing their stories of success and trials and tribulations, but also to set the stage for the marketplace. And one of the things that I see here, and I've experienced this my third year coming to FIEXPO, one of the things that I always take away from when I'm here is that even though the destinations compete against each other for the business, the region works together. The region is very collaborative, and that sort of competitive nature is set aside in order to raise the voice of the region, which is amazing. So
one thing that impressed me from the political forum yesterday was the willingness to share best practices and to create that collaboration amongst countries.
Yes.
That's very rare to see.
It is. And they're not afraid to talk about what works and maybe what hasn't worked or what some of the challenges are. So it's brave to do that, especially in that setting. But it's, I think it's a testament to the culture that's been created here at FIEXPO as an industry exhibition and trade show. And it's very important that continues. And so I'm looking forward to next year as well.
Great. Martin, how do you see Latin America? Your association, how do you see the region?
So when I joined IAPCO in 2019, we started a 5-year strategic plan.
So you joined before the pandemic?
I joined in April, on the 1st of April, so April Fool's Day in 2019, right?
So that 5-year plan had to be readjusted.
Well, yes, exactly. So we presented our 5-year strategic plan at our annual conference, which took place in February of 2020.
Right.
And then just before, yes. It was in Vancouver. And so 2 years into our 5-year strategic plan, we were able to get together again, my board and myself and the leadership team, to review that 5-year plan. We were doing well with most of the initiatives that we set up. Now, the reason why I bring that into the conversation is one of the areas that we did look at when we did a geographical spread of IAPCO's presence and where we should be more active. One of the regions was Latin America. And we identified that we were underservicing the marketplace. And there was a lot of interest from DMCs to become PCOs and for PCOs to raise their professionalism and credibility. So we made a stern commitment to be here and to contribute, to help educate and to train, but also to be part of the conversation. And it was a long-term commitment for us. It's not just the 1 year in and out. So I'm delighted that we are doing that. Partnerships like what we have with FIEXPO is a testament to our commitment, but also to the region's commitment to working with us as well. It's collaborative, it's two-way. I see that continuing. We are about to step into another phase of our next strategic plan. So we did 5 years, and we reassessed after 2. A lot of the activities remain. We paused some. We're now at the end of our 2nd year of our 2-year strategic plan, and we're now gaining and getting together in Ottawa, Canada, with my council, my board, and my leadership team and the HQ team to then look at the next 5 years. And I know that the Latin American Caribbean region are firmly planted in that 5-year strategy moving forward as well. So it's very exciting.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
In terms of your membership globally, can you share with us some member numbers?
Of course, yeah. So our members are company PCOs. It's not individuals. So in order for them to become a member of IAPCO, they have to become accredited. It's a proper process we take them through of auditing and accrediting them. So we visit their offices, we visit their events, we interview the clients, and we conduct a full audit. So sometimes it can take a year and a half for them to become a member. So we have 95 company members. They represent about 10,000 employees globally in just under 190 offices around the world. Last year, they delivered just over 23,000 events globally, worth about 17.3 billion euros in economic impact.
Imagine the impact on the local economies.
Amazing. Yes, yeah. And those 95 companies, many of them are core PCOs for their clients. So they take their client events globally. So they're always looking for new, exciting destinations to take them that align to their client strategy and objectives as well.
Wow, that's truly significant. Imagine the impact that you're making in the industry as a whole.
Yeah, it's impressive. And we have a lot of interest from Latin America for PCOs to become members. We have a lot of interest from destinations to partner with IAPCO as well, to introduce their destinations to our members to benefit from some of that as well.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges that Latin American destinations have is really getting in front of the right buyers, that they see their destination as the go-to place.
Right.
And that they're not considered second, third, or fourth, or fifth, or 10th choice on the list.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest challenges.
Yeah, it is challenging for them. And we have a program. In fact, Guadalajara in Mexico is one of our partners, our destination partners. So we work with them to introduce them to our members. We do engagement opportunities at different trade shows around the world where they are as well. So it opens the door to conversation and opens the door to building those relationships. And that's what we're there to do.
And Guadalajara, it's gonna be big over the next couple of weeks, since we have the World Cup. And there's
very exciting.
Plenty of visibility. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. And I think a couple of very important matches will be held there.
Yes. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
I think it's exciting for the region.
Yes, indeed. Sure. And the passion that we have for soccer, football, as we say in Espanol.
Yes.
So it's going to be wonderful.
Yes, indeed.
So who are you rooting for in the World Cup?
Well,
that's a very strategic question.
There's no strategy there, because finally Scotland is in the World Cup.
Yeah, right.
So we're very excited about that. And my whole neighborhood, it's all the blue and white saltire flags, as we call them in Scotland, are out in the neighborhood. So everyone's supporting our national team for the first time in many years.
What is your first match at Scotland?
Saturday night, early Sunday morning in Scotland. So
against?
We're against Haiti, actually. So yes, it'll be an interesting match for us. And it'll be late at night for everyone, but I'm sure we'll be enjoying it. The pubs and the restaurants are allowed to stay open late. The government's opened the doors for us, so we'll be enjoying it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's great. And speaking of soccer really unites the world. And I think there is a common denominator among many cultures. But beyond soccer, what do you think is the glue or the common denominator behind this amazing industry that many of us have worked for many years?
Yeah, it's such a good question. Gosh, passion for meeting people, passion for engaging with people, passion for seeing an event come to fruition. And at the end of it, the euphoria of the client leaving, saying, thank you so much. That was our amazing experience. And to see everyone come together to deliver that. We all work incredible amount of hours every day of every week. It's not a 9-to-5 career.
Never.
So you have to be passionate in this industry to make it happen. So I think that's the bond that brings us together. And, we see that when we travel the globe, and you see people getting together that they haven't seen since the previous year. And it's that sense of belonging, I think, and bringing people together that's a real glue. And then we see great things as a result, right? Economies benefit, society benefits as well. So
I think if there is one thing that COVID taught us, all of us, is the need for us to be connected in person.
Yes.
And only congresses, conventions, only what we do in the MICE industry is able to deliver that.
It is, yeah. I couldn't agree more.
Because against all the experts' predictions that everything was going to go digital, we came back in person in a big way.
We did, definitely. And it was interesting. During COVID, our members were they were very agile. So they were able to flip quite quickly into the virtual space for their clients. because a lot of our members' clients are the associations, right? The medical practitioners. They're delivering and developing vaccines around the world, for example. So they couldn't stop doing that. It's very important for them to meet. So our members were able to work with them to make sure they could still help and share that knowledge and that expertise digitally. What we have seen since then, of course, is there's still a need for that, but the in-person is paramount, no question. And having that with the support of the digital just makes sense globally for people. So it's a success factor of a difficult and challenging time.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right. That's right. Martin, you've seen this industry evolve for many years, right? What do you think are some of the, I'm not gonna say challenges, I always like to say opportunities.
Yeah.
Is it sustainability? Is it developing more talent? Is it technology? Where do you think the opportunities are for our industry?
I think the technology is growing very quickly, right? And you have to be at the forefront of that, and you have to adopt as quickly as you can the technology.
But do you think the adoption in our industry is there at the same pace that it's evolving?
No, I think there's two different aspects of our industry I look at. And so there's the not-for-profit association, NGO type of event that happens, and then there's the corporate big events that happen. The corporates are very agile. They move very quickly. They adopt technology very quickly. The associations, the not-for-profits, the NGOs, it takes them some time. Probably historically based, probably their governance structures, maybe not so agile as the corporate. So maybe the technology is a little bit slow there. So technology is moving quickly. We have to be with that. Talent. I think talent is a huge opportunity for our industry. I remember many, many years ago when I was a little boy, I didn't tell this through my career question that you asked me, but I remember my dad used to be in the aerospace business. He used to work for Rolls-Royce. And I remember years ago, he asked me to come with him to a trade show in Vancouver, Canada, actually, at the time. And so I put a suit on. I was about 13 or 14 years old, and a tie. And I stood on the big exhibition stand, and this amazing space for me. It was a whole world that I'd never experienced before. Big engines and all sorts of things from the aerospace side. And I served teas and coffees. And I got to talk to professionals in the industry. I thought, this is amazing. I never thought I'd experienced that in my life. And so when I think about the development of talent moving forward, I want to encourage our members, but others, to welcome young people to trade shows as much as possible so they can experience it as well, like I did. It was really inspirational for me. So if we can build that inspiration both from the young persons, but also the mums and the dads and the aunts and the uncles and the grandfathers and grandmothers, to inspire and encourage their children to experience it as well, I think it's great. So talent is a huge opportunity for us. We're delivering and trying to develop some new training and education, both through universities, but also post-secondary institution as well. And then in partnership with the likes of FIEXPO. We're very excited to be announcing a new scholarship program with FIEXPO tonight at the gala dinner. So, yes, thank you.
Congratulations, felicidades.
Felicidades.
For that scholarship program.
Yes, no, we're very excited.
Does it have a name?
It does. So we're doing an online emerging leaders program that's going to start in July. And that runs for 5 modules. And then there was a true pioneer and leader from the region called Jorge Castex. And Jorge was also a former president of IAPCO and the chair of our training academy before he passed away about 3 years ago. So we are honoring a scholarship in his name. He was a close friend of Arnaldo's as well. Yeah. So it's a real privilege to be able to bring all of that together. And so we're going to announce that formally this evening at the gala dinner. So very exciting.
Thank you for sharing the news with us. And we'll be certainly promoting that because I think it's a wonderful initiative. And I think the lack of sometimes exposure from the younger generations, not knowing all of the intricacies of our industry, how the industry works, all of the possibilities. It's not just being a logistics manager for a big congress. It's eventually becoming that strategic partner. And many of them don't know, they don't even realize all of the potential that this industry has.
I know. My niece often says to me, she's 21, and she says to me, are you going to another conference about conferences, right? Like this, the expo.
Right.
And I say, well, yes, I am, because it's important that we have these conversations and we try and encourage and motivate all of us to speak to students, to speak to those emerging leaders, the next gen, so that we've got them inspired and motivated to want to get into it. And there's an opportunity for everyone of any interests, whether you're a technical wizard, whether you're into sales and marketing, whether you're into graphic design, finance. There's opportunities across all aspects for our industry, which is quite unique.
Right. And I think it's also understanding what motivates the younger generation. And I know, for example, sustainability is very important to them.
It is.
And I know that's an initiative that is very dear to IAPCO and its members.
Yes, it is indeed. In fact, we have just launched, last year launched our sustainability strategy, and we have a committed committee that's chaired by one of my board members. And we have built a new sustainability toolkit for our members, for their own organizations, but also for their events. And we partner with other organizations that are out there. We also launched a sustainability award last year, and the recipient, was able to come to our annual meeting that just took place in Athens and received their award on stage. So it's at the core of everything we do. We are a firm believer in the Sustainability Development Goals, the SDGs,
right,
from the UN, and we try to achieve as many, not just the environmental sustainability goal, but also any of the UN goals that are set. And how we do that, number 17, is through collaboration as well, so which ties into environmental sustainability. And I'm delighted to see what's happening here in this part of the world. And Costa Rica is amazing with that environmental sustainability initiative. So we have to recognize that and applaud them for doing so well at that stage as well.
That's wonderful. Martin, what advice do you have for maybe that young Martin, maybe not the one that was, maybe not the 14-year-old who was wearing the tire, maybe yes, but the young entrepreneur with that brewery, and there are many out there, young Martins out there. What message do you have for somebody that is curious probably about our industry?
Do you know, I was probably afraid to take risks. I think a lot of people are.
Yes.
I learned from reading a lot of American entrepreneur biographies. They're not afraid to take risks. Maybe it's the British culture in me, maybe it's something else, I don't know. But I think people need to try. Why not try and see what happens? If it's an educated risk, that you do your checks and balances, but go for it. And if you feel passionate about something, then I would recommend put your energy, your effort, and your belief and your passion behind it, and you never know what can happen.
Yeah. I think we tend to wait for the perfect conditions, always, right? And the perfect conditions will never be there.
No. You make the perfect conditions, don't you?
Yeah.
So and it takes time.
Yeah, we have to learn to work, live under imperfect conditions.
Indeed.
Right? Yeah. And Martin, what message do you have from FIEXPO for all of the attendees here that are really walking away with so much and that maybe want to become members of IAPCO and they are interested? What message do you have for them?
Well, our door is open, of course, as always. We are a very welcoming community. IAPCO, we call it a community because it really is. We're doing some we've got some really interesting initiatives coming up that I think will be of interest to people here in the region and those that are here at FIEXPO. But also, we collaborate with so many different associations, and I know PCMA and MPI and others are here as well, and ICA. We don't do this in silo. We are part of the industry. And so for us, it's important that, when we are doing something, we call on our partners as well. We call on the other associations to get them involved, and they call on us as well. So I would say if there's anyone interested, by all means, get in touch. We'd be delighted to hear and just have a conversation or see you at a trade show.
That's wonderful. When is the next conference and where?
Our next annual meeting in General Assembly is in Mumbai in India in March, the first week of March.
So I am proposing that we'll have our next podcast from Mumbai.
Well, let's try and do that.
Yes. Well, cheers. Thank you so much for the gift of your time.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a wonderful conversation. And hopefully we'll see each other at the next trade show or maybe in Mumbai.
Sure we will. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Cheers to your house. Salud.
Let's wine about it. Stories Uncorked. And what a story Martin has delivered for us today. Cheers.